You have taken some qualification in women empowerment.
Yes, sir, very recently.
You are a very young aspirant. Suppose you get into the civil services at this very attempt and you reaches the trainings. And in the academy you feel that everybody is being very polite to you since you're very young. You're being kid-gloved in the entire training thing. And you're being patronized by not only your teachers, the trainers there, but even your colleagues who may be 8 years, 10 years senior to you in age. How will you handle this situation when you're not getting equal footing even in your training or in course of your civil services practice?
So being kid-gloved, as you said, or being treated as such would not be, in my opinion, an appropriate way to handle or behave to a person. So sir, I'll try to put forward this to whoever people I feel have been behaving with me in that manner, and I'll try to bring forth those capacities and capabilities in me.
But they're being extra nice. How can you say don't be extra nice to me? They're not harassing you, they're not being rude to you, they're just being extra nice. So and it is obviously affecting your personality development over there, Abhay.
So that's what I will try to convince them, that it is good for my own personal growth that I be treated equally at par with all the other candidates. I'll make sure that I convey that to them.
You're basically a Marathi staying in Madhya Pradesh. Recently, Madhya Pradesh Chief Minister, when in the very first week, said that outsiders should not be claiming the jobs and opportunities in Madhya Pradesh. Obviously, he was not referring to Marathis as such, but Maharashtra is also guilty of similar behavior for the similar people. What is your take on this? Should this our land, our jobs, this protectionism have any place in federalism like ours?
I don't think so, sir. Every state has its own cultural traditions and own customs. But this does not mean that we deter other people from coming and participating in the employment or the education sector. I believe in the longer term, the politicians have to, and the government together has to move forward in creating employment and ensuring education facilities to all, so that we cannot transfer the blame of this on some other person who is migrating for his own reasons.
Okay, Ms. Deshmukh, so you have done chemical engineering, right?
Yes, sir.
Do you know what is plasma?
So plasma is a fourth state of matter.
Okay, and why it is important nowadays?
So one application of plasma that comes to my mind is the water filtration, wherein plasma technique is useful. So I'll read on that.
Okay, no issue. And you are interested in yoga and meditation?
Yes, sir.
Do you know about Vipassana?
Yes, sir.
Can you tell me something about that?
So Vipassana is a special technique, so to say, of meditation, wherein they have a routine of 7 to 10 days. It's like a camp or a shivir which Vipassana organizers do. In that, they make us experience the different reactions that our body produces when we feel in certain ways. So when we think or feel in certain ways, our body reacts to it. This particular interface is targeted in Vipassana, and it is tried to make us understand our bodies and our minds better.
Have you gone to any such camps?
No, sir, I have not been.
Not yet. Okay, fine. What are your service preferences?
So the Indian Administrative Service, then the Indian Police Services, Indian Revenue Service Income Tax, Indian Revenue Service Customs, and Indian Railway Traffic Service.
Okay, let me put you in a situation. Let's say you are an IPS officer, and in your city there are two immediate situations which arises. One is that there is a girls' college where some goons are basically planning to do acid attack. It is certain that they will do it because they have done it before also. And at the other part of the city, there is a mob lynching which is being planned. That is also certain. Now you are there, and if you have to, give a preference to one such incident where you will place yourself, then what would it be? Where you would like to go?
So both the incidents in hand are really serious, The acid attack is abhorrent and deplorable, to say the least. And mob lynching can have a very deep impact. It can disturb the communal harmony or other such harmony of the social setting. Even if I'm not physically present in one particular area, I'll make sure that adequate steps are taken. Like in the girls' college, I'll make sure that
you would go. I mean, you cannot be present at the both situation at the same time. So what will be your preference? You can send your subordinate, but where you will place yourself?
So I'll take turns to visit both the places. But
first, where you will go first?
So that would be dependent on the, so to say, the time of...
I mean, both the things are happening at the same time. You cannot time it.
So I'll go to a place where my personal presence can make a greater difference.
Where it
that
will
depend on the operational... so I'll go to the place of mob lynching. Because
Why?
I believe that in the case of acid attack, I can ensure that the subordinates can cordon off the area and take all the girls to a safer place. That is a task which is doable by a force and a subordinate who's responsible. In the area of mob lynching, I believe my personal presence can make a better difference.
What kind of difference it will make?
So first of all, I'll make sure that if the people should not be on the streets or so to say in the run.
No, that is a corrective measure you will take. What kind of difference it will make by your presence?
So proper communication and...
Okay, fine.